Hey, I'm John with Launch, Small Business Legal Solutions Done Differently. One of the things I get a lot of questions about is using independent contractors, in particular, small businesses who want to use independent contractors. A lot of times, the opinion of business owners is using contractors is cheaper. They get more control over sort of how they're going to use them, don't have to commit as much, and that they won't create as many issues as employees. That may or may not be true, but the important thing about using independent contractors is making sure you know how to properly classify them and that you take some steps to protect yourself. You can get in a lot of trouble if you misclassify contractors and employees. So you want to have an understanding of how to determine whether or not someone who's coming to work for you should be an employee or they should be an independent contractor. If you're going to try to classify them as an independent contractor, make sure you pay attention to a few things in order to protect yourself and to protect the business. So you want to understand exactly how you need to go about classifying a worker. What would make someone an employee versus what would make them an independent contractor? Look into that. Run through a little exercise to determine if the person you're bringing on fits into the employer category or independent contractor category. Big thing that trips up small businesses is that they always want to control what the worker's doing, how, when, etc. You don't have that opportunity and that luxury with an independent contractor. That's an employee. If you're going to exercise a lot of control over when, how, what the person is doing all the time, it's going to be hard to justify that person as an independent contractor. If you're looking to bring on an independent contractor, you want to make sure they sign a contractor agreement and understand how that works. That's a contract. It's different than having an employee. If you're going to get rid of them or end the services, you've got to follow what's laid out in the contract. You can't just fire them on the spot like you typically can with an employee. You've also got to look out in terms of collecting documents that might help support that they're an independent contractor. In a perfect world, you'd want them to be their own independent business, registered. They can provide you all that documentation. They're out there actively looking for other clients, advertising services, and they take on work like this for a number of clients under their business name. So I think it's really important to understand what a contractor is versus what an employee is. One thing that trips up a lot of people is these days, a lot of workers want to be independent contractors, freelancers, gig workers, all of that is probably here to stay for a while. So a business and a worker agree, hey, we're going to do an independent contractor relationship. Everything's fine. That's not how it works. It does not matter what a business owner and a worker agree to. What matters is the classification system and how the worker fits into that. So don't fall into the trap of just paying someone to be an independent contractor because that's what they want and that's what you want. Messing that up can lead to fines, penalties, lawsuits, and you can be out a significant amount of money and time. So again, just make sure you've got a handle on how to classify workers that are coming into your business.